Pilates Matwork session. We're going to come into an exercise now called neck pull, and we begin sitting with the legs connected together. The feet are flexed for this particular exercise, really switching on the front of the thighs, the front of the shins as we do the movement. The hands come behind the head, interlacing the fingers together, and the elbows nice and wide. Now you want to try and sit up as straight as you can, so if that means you need to bend your knees a little bit, that's okay. Try to keep vertical through your spine. Now, like that hinge back we did sitting at the beginning of the class, we're going to keep your back straight and lean backwards. This time we're going to come into a roll back. So you curl the tailbone under, round your spine, and roll all the way down to the floor with control. When your head reaches the mat, let the elbows open out for a moment, and then lift them back up. We come back into sitting via a roll-up. So you nod your chin to your chest and start to curl. If you need, you can reach the arms forwards until you're sitting vertically. Now when you come forwards, like your roll-up, you stretch your spine forwards, but this time the elbows reach high and you gently push your head down towards the knees, and then straighten the body back to your sitting position. So keeping the back straight, you lean back. Then curl your spine, tuck the tailbone under, think of the lower back coming to the mat first. With control, you lie down on your back, bone by bone, resting the head, let the elbows release. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, nod the chin to the chest, lift your head, start to curl forwards, reach the arms if you need to, otherwise keep the hands behind the head. You keep going forwards, gently push the head down as the elbows lift up to the ceiling, and then center your spine. We just do one more of these. These are really tough, I think. So straight back hinges back. Round your spine to roll down with control. Curling forwards, strong through the center. And then gently push the head down, lift the elbows up, feel that length through the back of the body, and then sitting tall, release the arms and bend the knees. You can again come into long frog position, and maybe a little spine stretch forward will feel really good after that. Come back to sitting with your feet flat on the floor. And we're going to come into our back support exercise. This is brilliant for opening up the chest, stretching these muscles at the front of the body, which, as you can imagine, get shorter and tighter as we sit down at our desks or in front of things that we're doing in front of us. So we want to open the front to support the back, find strength in the back. So let's take the hands behind the back. You want to lean right back into the arms. Remember, flat feet on the mat. Now the hands, the fingers can point straight back behind you, away from the body, or they can point inwards towards the body. Some people prefer this version to help stretch the chest muscles and to keep the shoulders open. So I'll let you decide what works best for you. If you can't do either position, you could always go sideways as well. So I'm going to do my fingers turned in towards my hips. My feet are going to come a little closer to my bum, and my back is really straight. I'm going to take a deep breath in as I lift my bum and reach my hips up to the ceiling, and then I release all the way back. So you're breathing in to come up and breathing out to come down. Now think about the chest really opening, so feel that width from shoulder to shoulder. Just watch that you're not looking up to the ceiling though, so keep looking down to the knees, or even trying to get those hips as high as the knees. You don't have to come that high, by the way. With the fingers pointing back, you'll feel a slightly different stretch. Remember not to lock the elbows in this position, so keep the elbows quite soft as you rise up. We'll do 2 more sets here. It's called back support. You're using the muscles at the back of the body to lift you up, to open the front. If you want a bit more of a challenge, we're going to bring the legs straight out in front of you. glue the heels together, or the legs together. Just need to come back further. My long legs aren't fitting on the mat. So when you are ready, again, lovely straight back, soft elbows, and you lift up. And you come back down. So you're breathing in to lift, and breathing out to release. And again, you can play around with the position of the hands, seeing how it affects different muscles of the chest to stretch them. We do one final set. And then sit forwards again, come off the arms and shoulders. Give the shoulders a little circle to begin with. Release the wrists if they need any shaking out. We're going to sit in long frog position now and come into some arm circles to release the shoulders. So if you need to sit on a yoga block to help you sit more comfortably, grab that. Otherwise, heavy sit bones, lovely vertical spines. Check that the shoulders are right over your hips, strong through the center. Reach the arms out in front and lift them up overhead. And then a lovely circle out to the sides. Breathing out as they come up. Big breath in to circle. We do 2 more sets in this direction. And then we reverse, going out first and then forwards. Breathing out, breathing in. 2 more to finish. Keeping the body as vertical as you can. And when you've finished, rest the hands on the knees or the shins. Draw the tummy to the spine, not the chin to the chest. And again, let the spine gently stretch forwards. Bone by bone by bone. Taking a breath in at the bottom, breathing out to roll back up. We're going to come into a side reach sitting here. So keep the legs in long frog position. Bring your fingertips to your sides. They're just resting on the mat. And then float your right arm up to the ceiling and gently stretch your spine over to the left, just softening the left elbow. And then reaching back and lifting the left arm. Going up and over to the right, breathing in there and breathing out to come back. I'll just do 2 more to each side. Keeping heavy in the bottom, so try not to lift one side as you reach up and over to the other side. It's a breath in as we lift the arm to the ceiling. Breathe out to reach, deep breath in there, and breathe out to come back. Good, this is the last one to the left, or left arm reaching to the right. And as you come back here, we are going to come onto hands and knees. So when you're ready, swing your legs round to the back, bring your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Spreading the fingers nice and wide and making sure that middle finger lines up with the middle of the wrist. Knees have space between them. We're going to start with, first of all, our, our plank. But we're going to do this initially with the long arms, then we're going to do a few sets with the elbows resting on the mat. If you already need to come down into the elbows because it's a bit more less challenging for the wrists, by all means do that. Otherwise, we're going to start off with your arms nice and long, and remember to keep the elbows loose again. So here we start off by stretching the right leg back behind us. Tucking the toes under so you can stand onto that leg. We follow with the left leg. Holding that position for a moment, notice how the bottom doesn't drop down, it stays lifted from underneath. And then bend the right knee, bend the left. Take a breath in to prepare the body. As you breathe out, left leg extends. And then follow with the right. Take a breath in to hold, and then breathe out. Left leg comes back, followed with the right. So let's do 1 more set to each side with the arms straight. before we try a set on the elbows. The left leg will lead this final set. And then releasing back down. You can bring the heels together, keep the knees apart, sit back into your child's pose or rest position, just releasing any tension through the shoulders. Give your wrists a circle if you need to. You can always bring the arms behind you or next to you, palms turned up, and let the shoulders hang and relax. When you're ready then, we're going to come back into your 4-point kneeling, but now we're on the elbows for a slightly different feeling of the same exercise. You can have hands flat into the mat, or you can have the little fingers pushing down. You can make fists, whatever feels more natural, more comfortable for you. Bum is nice and high, the back is lovely and straight. Again, you lead with the right leg back, tuck the toes under, standing onto that right leg, send the left leg back. This time we lower the bottom a little bit more because it needs to come in line with the shoulders. And then we bring the right knee back by lifting the bum and then the left leg. So that challenge to lift the bottom up is going to really fire up those abdominal muscles. So left leg sends back. Take a breath in. Breathe out, right leg back. Breathe in there, lower the bottom a little bit. As you breathe out, lift the bum up, bring that left knee back under and follow with the right. So just one more to each side. Feeling strong through the center, strong through the shoulders. Lift the bum, bring that right knee back under and the left. And then final set. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Step the left leg back. Step the right leg back. Lower the bottom. Hold that position. Feel that strength from underneath. And then bring the left knee back, right knee back, and come all the way back to rest. Stretch out the arms. Let the shoulders relax and be heavy. You could rest your head on your hands if you want, making a little pillow. Or again, bring the arms to your sides. Let the shoulders hang down to the mat. And then we're going to come back up to low kneeling for a moment. We're going to do another little challenge 4-point kneeling. This is what we call leg pull front prep. So we're going to be rocking back and forward through the legs, or through the feet really. And we're going to do this on the elbows, just for variety. We're going to try just moving the feet together, and then we're going to lift one leg and see if we can move through the other foot. So I'll show you the movement first if you want to watch. You're back into your good starting position, knees right under the hips, elbows right under the shoulders. Find a strong position for your body. Send the right leg back first, tucking the toes under, send the left leg back, lower the bum. Then you push slightly forwards with the toes and you pull back with the heels. Push and pull, push and pull. When you've done 3 or 4 sets, lift the bum, bring the right knee under, the left knee under. And then we do the same left leg leading. So left leg straightens back, follow with the right, lower the bum, and then you go forwards and back. So I'm not using the arms at all, I'm just pushing through my toes, pulling through my heels. When you've done 3 or 4, lift the bum, bring the knees back under, and let's have a little rest there before the final version. So of course the shoulders are doing work, they're holding us up there, that loading position, but it's all through the front of the body that's keeping the body lifted, the spine stable, and then moving through the ankle joints. So let's do the final version where we lift one leg as we push through the other one. So when you're ready, back to your 4-point kneeling. Straighten the right leg back and then the left. Come into your full position. Now we're going to lift the left leg just off the floor, point the toes, and the right leg pushes and pulls. Much more work just for that one leg. And then rest the left foot, bring the right knee back under and the left. Just one more on the left side. Left leg leading, the right foot will be floating. So when you're ready, come back into plank. Lift the right foot, point the toes, push and pull through that left leg. You should really feel the front of your thigh doing the work. When you've done 3 or 4, rest the right foot down, lift the bum, pull those knees back under the hips and go all the way back to rest. Taking some lovely big breaths in there, releasing tension through the body. Again, bring the shoulders, arms to your sides, let the shoulders relax. And then when you're ready, connect your tummy, roll yourself back up to low kneeling. We're going to finish off the class, this particular session, on our tummies, and we're going to do 2 exercises. One is to open up the chest and to strengthen the upper back. The other is to strengthen the legs and the lower back. So let's start with the upper back. We're going to come onto your front, arms in window's position, so the hands next to the face, forehead resting down on the floor, or you can always rest your forehead on a pillow. Legs are a little wider than your hips, and everything is really relaxed to begin with. So we're coming into our Cobra Prep. We draw the tummy towards the spine, slide the nose forward, lift the chest, forwards and upwards, lengthening through the front of the body. Taking a breath in there and breathing out to release. Breathing out as you come up, breathing in to pause, and breathing out to release. So just one more set here before we add on a little bit of variety to the same exercise. So the next time you come into your Cobra Prep, you're going to keep your elbows on the mat, but try to lift the hands off the mat. Release the hands, release the chest. Breathing in to prepare, breathing out to come up, breathe in to lift the hands, breathe out to release and roll down. So just one more set here. And then we'll maybe add in another little challenge. Remember to keep the tummy really strong as you add in these extra variations, so we don't feel this in the lower back. The next time you come into your Cobra Prep and you lift your hands, you also lift the elbows, and then lower the elbows and the hands and release down. The challenge is to try and hold the upper body lifted as you lift the hands and elbows. So try not to let the chest drop as you add in that arm movement. Just one final set. Remember, keep the tummy really strong. And when you've finished, completely rest the body. Maybe give your bum a little wiggle if you wanted to release any tension through the lower back. Then we're going to come into prone beats. I'm going to turn around so that you can see my legs more easily. So your upper body will stay relaxed throughout the exercise. Forehead resting on a pillow, arms wherever they feel comfortable. The legs are going to lengthen both together, and then you draw the heels together, 1, 2, 3, and then rest the legs back down. So we breathe out to lift, breathe in for the beats, and breathe out to release. We do 3 more sets of 3. Really feel the inner thighs drawing together as the heels come together. So the connection is running all the way up the body from the heels to the inner thighs. When you finish your last set of 3, you can put your hands under your shoulders, lift your bum and come back into your rest position or your child's pose position. Resting your head on your hands or arms wherever they are comfy. Taking a few big breaths. Think of breathing right to the backs, the sides, the bottom of the rib cage. Right down towards the tailbone, out towards the hips. And then when you're ready, connect the tummy, roll yourself back up to low kneeling. And then you can slowly swing your legs around to the front to sitting position. And we have finished for the day. So well done, really, really nice work. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.